Welcome to part 4 of webinar, Ensure the Path to a Successful Atlassian Cloud Migration. This is the last one in this 4-part series webinar. Today, we will cover post-migration tasks, such as cleaning up users, groups, projects, and some entities. If you missed our part 1 webinar about how to prepare cloud migration, you can check out our YouTube video. And here is the part 2 webinar about test migration. And part 3, we talk about the production migration and also lots of dark features for migration tools. You can check out in this video. Before we go to the webinar, I would like to do a brief introduction about the Dragon Agile. We are Atlassian solution partner. Globally, we are platinum solution partner. We provide licensing, training, implementation, and we also can provide the add-ons design. We have global offices in Canada, China, and Japan. And Dragon Agile is located in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. On the marketplace, we have 15 apps available. Take a look, and hopefully you can find some useful apps. Here are a sample list of our customers. Our customers are from Asia, from North America, and some also from Europe. And here I would like to turn over to Matthew. He will dive into technical details. Let me unshare my screen.
Yep, so hi everyone, I'm Matthew. Nice to meet you all. And today I'm going to take you through the post-migration steps for an Atlassian cloud migration. So here's today's agenda. We're going to cover post-migration tasks for all 3 products, which are Jira, Confluence, and Bitbucket in that order. And following this, we'll spin a wheel to see who wins today's prize. And at the very end, there will be a chance for a Q&A from the audience. So let's get started with the Jira post-migration tasks. So the first step is to QA your migrated entities if you're merging with an existing cloud site. So it's good to look over your migrated entities to see if they have a migrated tag attached to their name. And this applies to screens, screen schemes, custom fields, workflows, etc. And regarding priorities and resolutions, it's a good idea for everyone in cloud to be using the same priorities. When deleting a priority or resolution, it will give you an option to bulk transfer all issues using that priority or resolution to a different one. So manual recreation. So regular automation rules are migrated with the migration assistant, but automation rules created using the Automation for Jira app is not included in the migration. And you can export these automation rules from your server site and import them into your cloud site. Workflow functions will need to be manually recreated, such as post functions, triggers, conditions, and so on. Dashboards will need to be manually recreated as well. However, if you used the dark feature covered in the previous webinar, which migrates dashboards as well, you should check each of them to see if they're functional. And global permissions are not migrated and will need to be recreated as well. So some other steps. So if you had any macros in your Jira server, they are most likely broken, but they can be fixed using the Jira macro repair tool. The user that runs this tool will be the one logged to all the edits that the tool makes. As well, if any inactive users were migrated, they will become active in Jira Cloud, so make sure to deactivate them again. If you're merging with an existing cloud site, be sure to consolidate the groups in order to keep things organized. And lastly, confirm that all your projects are in the cloud site. So here are some key changes between Jira Server and Jira Cloud. So all users can create a team-managed project. However, Jira admins can disable this feature. And the view issue interface has changed a bit, and you're also able to configure issue layouts. So now let's talk about Confluence post-migration tasks. So Confluence is quite a bit simpler than Jira. Again, inactive users will be migrated using the migration assistant, so be sure to deactivate those users. And if you're merging with an existing cloud site, be sure to consolidate the groups as well in order to keep it organized. And also confirm that all your data is in the cloud site, such as spaces and users. If you're migrating both Jira and Confluence, URL links between these two products will be broken since the URLs still correspond to the old server URLs, and you can contact Dragon Agile to fix these links. We will confirm that the Jira macro repair tool was run before guiding you to fix these links, and we will need the mapping of page IDs from the Confluence server, which can be fetched with a Confluence database query. So the query will look something like this, and this will allow us to fix all the broken links for you. So here are some key changes between Confluence Server and Confluence Cloud. So there are more navigation features on the homepage, such as recent pages, most frequent pages, and an activity feed. New pages will be made with the Confluence Cloud Editor, but previous pages created using the legacy editor will still use that editor until you convert the page. So next, we'll move on to Bitbucket post-migration tasks. So the first step is to review your cloud site. So ensure your data has migrated successfully by checking repositories for things like commits and branches. As well, teams and users should test the different functionalities in Bitbucket Cloud compared to server, as well as documenting any behavior gaps. So since the migration assistant does not migrate everything, these are the things that need to be manually recreated. So you need to create groups, assign members, and set permissions for those groups to access repositories. Project settings and permissions will also need to be manually recreated. And you might have to manually add default reviewers from server over to the new cloud destination and set up branch permissions to match what you had set up in server. So the webhook feature is not currently on the Bitbucket Cloud roadmap, but there are alternatives to this that exist in cloud. You'll also need to suggest or enforce merge checks across your repositories in your new cloud destination. And you can also connect Bitbucket Cloud Workspace to a Jira instance, which allows you to report commits, branches, pull requests directly into Jira. And remember to install your apps from your server site as well. So here are some key changes between Bitbucket Server and Bitbucket Cloud. So there's a code-first design approach for the pull request view. There's a built-in CI/CD called Bitbucket Pipelines, and this provides the status of deployment environments and visibility over each environment's code changes. And some server apps are no longer necessary since they are built-in Bitbucket Cloud features, such as webhooks and snippets.
Our email you can send to info@dragonagile.com. Okay, thank you. Bye now.
Thank you for coming.